Hello, how you doing? So I'm here to make this video about this topic was inspired by a comment I received on my recent video regarding Avalon Organics selling products that are expired in Canada and explaining the history of the Hain Celestial brand who owns, those that don't know who that is, they own many food products such as Celestial Seasonings Tea, YVES, food products as well as cosmetic brands such as Avalon Organics, Jason, Alba, Botanica, and so on. So I'm just going to try and get into it. Again, I'm going to go more from facts, but also explain the history of kind of companies. And a lot of people think they trust these companies, and the fact is they're out to make $1, and there are companies who are out to make $1 who have more reputable courage from their heart to make products that actually are good and honest. And so I'm going to explain first sort of the situation and lawsuits that are going on and have gone on regarding this with these brands as well. I'm also going to be sharing alternatives because I always like to give the positive, what other brands perhaps you could try instead and products from them. Because it's not just the brands. Some products from some brands are better than others. I'll explain it. So let's just get into it. So the question that I'll start off with, again, I'm sort of looking at my notes here, is do you know what's in your body care products? Think about that for a second. Most likely the answer is no. Do you really know what this ingredient means? If I told you what is polysorbate 20, something like that, do you know what that is? I'm going to guess no. The Organic Consumers Association is has been, I think it was 2011 or so, please correct me if I'm wrong, was leading a campaign called Coming Clean, which is petitioning against falsely labeled organic cosmetics. Now, side note, I'm just going to interject here that I don't necessarily have to buy products that are organic. As you'll see later when I show my recommendations. But anyway, they're petitioning against falsely labeled organic cosmetics. Although consumers are walking into Whole Foods and other health food stores thinking that or online at Vitacost.com or wherever you're buying it, thinking they're buying the best in organic cosmetics, the U.S. government, listen to this, I'm going to say it twice, the U.S. government does not regulate cosmetics for safety, health threats, or environmental damage. The U.S. government does not regulate cosmetics for safety, health threats, or environmental damage. They don't check if these products are safe or not. So I am really proud to support the brand Dr. Bronner's. And why am I proud to support it? Many reasons. One is they're a brand who has heart and spiritual sort of philosophies of, like, they write on their soap all one, and they say, like, we're all one or we're none, so we're all in this together. And I think that that's something that's so amazing. Their ingredients are very transparent and organic and fair trade, and they treat their employees and the ingredients they source from my understanding and from what they have been certified. They helped file a lawsuit against the Hain Celestial Group, and the Hain Celestial Group asked a federal judge, this is just last year in 2012, a federal judge last week to dismiss a class action lawsuit accusing it of tricking consumers into believing its Avalon Organics and Jason brand cosmetics are pure and organic, even though they contain significant amounts of non-organic ingredients. Hain Celestial urged U.S. Magistrate Judge Laurel Beeler to dismiss the class action lawsuit, arguing the word organic on these labels doesn't refer to products or ingredients. Who knew? We don't actually have it in our products or ingredients. Any reasonable consumer would understand it by looking at the ingredients, which totally contradicts what they just said. The word organic on our label does not modify the name of the product and does not modify any content. But told the judge, you can't look at one word in isolation, you have to look at the front and back of the label. So what is the criteria for it since you have petrochemicals in there? How can you get organic standards, from other companies who do, but you don't? So the topic of this video, back in 2008, just to show you the history again, how things are not regulated, California filed a Prop 65 lawsuit against Whole Foods, Avalon products, and other brands. Again, I understand it says other brands whose products tested positive for carcinogenic, meaning causing cancer, 1,4-dioxane it was in their shampoos. And I'm going to read, I'll leave links in the down bar so you can read this article exactly what I'm saying. So Avalon Organics and its sister company Alba Unpetroleum, that's not a catchy name by the way, for using a carcinogen and not telling anyone. Well, you wouldn't, would you, if you were Avalon? I imagine telling people your shampoo could give them cancer would kind of have a bit of an impact on sales. The carcinogen in question is 1,4-dioxane, also known as just dioxane, not to be confused with dioxin. According to the Organic Consumer Association, dioxane is in our Avalon Organics Nourishing Shampoo and Glycerin Hand Soap. I don't know why they singled out Avalon, but it's also in their baby care. Basically, also Method dish soap. If you use Method, it will have to bite the dust. They admitted that they used it. They found out it did. How worried would we be? But how worried should we be about dioxane? According to the California Environmental Protection Agency, dioxane is a neuro, kidney, and respiratory toxin. It is a known carcinogen for animals. Rats given it in their drinking water developed liver cancer. Several workers, again, I don't support animal testing, but that's what it said. Several workers have died as a result of accidental exposure to it. In these cases, exposure to it was a very high level. Worryingly, it is a veritable silent killer. You won't ever see it on a product label. It is not an ingredient. Dioxane is not an ingredient at all. It is a byproduct of a process called ethylloxetin and cacrodopin synthetic ingredients that have been through this process. These include myrrh, olef, laureth, PEGs, polyethylenes, and anything with oxynol in its name. That's not cool to me. No. No, no, no. So, you know, again, this is something that these companies are not necessarily most honest. I mentioned a lot of Hanes Celestial products are not good, but I think it's also important to mention there are products from brands who I have recommended. You know, not all items from brands are good. For example, I recommend the Kiss My Face shave cream, even though it has retinol palmitate vitamin A, which isn't a very good ingredient. I emailed them about it. They said they're going to be removing that ingredient, which is awesome because it's not necessary in the product and it's very toxic actually. You think it wouldn't be, but take a look and it is. So that being said, Kiss My Face was one of the brands, as well as Aubrey Organics, so I mentioned a brand I'm going to mention, a product to buy from them. Beauty Without Cruelty, who marketed saying they had a organic product. The product was called Organic Aromatherapy Facial Cleanser. They've now changed it. Instead they put there's only 10% of this product is actually organic, and I think they removed the word organic, but only because they were sued. So, are they the most honest? You have to do the best that you can, but still, not impressed. What you can do, here's the empowerment time. The empowerment. Basically, some organic cosmetics or food grade will have the USDA organic seal on them. Badger, and you'll see here, this is a lip balm, USDA organic. They can do it. Call or email them, the company, and ask for specifics on the product you are using. You are the customer. You are the person that they want to keep buying their products and make them accountable. It's so disheartening to think these companies we trust are deceiving us, but unfortunately it's up to us to keep vigilant on this subject, which I agree with. I'm going to recommend some brands. Here we go. I'm going to try and be quick on this. I will refer to Cosmetic Database, SKINDEEP website. Make sure, please listen to this. This is so important. The ingredients listed in the product report, if you find a product there listed, must match what's on their website, because some products in there, people don't enter the ingredients properly and the report may not be accurate. It may look like it's, you know, more safe, but it's not. Remember, you can also create your own product report. Just sign up, it's free, and you put your email address and you can put the ingredients in yourself and find out how good or how clean or toxic a product is. Recommendation is try and find products that are at the very least a score of 3 and lower. Anything higher, it's up to you. When you're dealing with makeup, that's a lot harder, but when you're dealing with personal care products, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, etc., etc., I would definitely go with 3 or lower, because you're actually using that more and you're absorbing it more, personally, in my opinion. Eye makeup remover. I could only find one product that was actually didn't have a lot of chemical crap, and it was this. Physicians for I don't use eye makeup remover. I use soap and water from Dr. Bronner's. That's what I use. It works for me. But if you're looking for one, Physician Formula's eye makeup remover pads, oil free for normal to oily skin. Again, I'll put this in the down bar. It's like a green container because they have a blue one. Don't get the blue one. Get the one in the green container. Shampoo. I would go Beauty Without Cruelty, even though I just mentioned they're not the most honest. I would not recommend their conditioner, however. Why? Because it contains dimethicone, which builds up on the hair. Not the best ingredient for you. Again, build up in the hair. Silicone's not good for you, in my personal opinion, for your hair. You make your own decision. EO. I'm using their, I got this at Marshall's for like 10 bucks. Rosemary and mint, and this is huge. And this is something that I'm going to touch on in a sec. So if you see here, not tested on animals. And if you see the little owl there, I love it. Choose wisely. No synthetic fragrances and pure essential oils. Okay? So just remember that fragrance is not natural. If it is, you can use oils to create a fragrance. You don't have to put a nasty petrochemical crap. Other shampoo, HUGO Naturals. I've never tried them, but that's one to consider. Conditioner, EO. I just explained HUGO Naturals. They look great. I'm really excited about that brand as a new brand, HUGO Naturals. Desert Essence Coconut Conditioner. However, this is where I go back to fragrance. Fragrance is one of the ingredients. Why? Again, I tried it and I found it too strong and I threw it out because it was nasty chemical crap. I wish that they removed that because that was the only ingredient. Everything else about that is great. If you don't mind that, then I would suggest that because other than that, they're not too bad. But I prefer to use EO since they are also Leaping Bunny approved. They don't use synthetic fragrances. And they get a lot more product, so kind of a no-brainer to me. Sunscreen. Okay, Badger, Aubrey, again, they were one sued as well for creating products that are not very honest, just putting that out there. But Aubrey has a sunscreen. I'd be considered trying them next year, or this summer I guess you could say. Kiss My Face had some that looked okay. Goddess Garden, that was in Whole Foods, you can try it there. Hand and body lotion, HUGO Naturals, I just did a review on HUGO Naturals. They're awesome. They have so many kinds. They're great. I hope that was inspiring. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye.